When we talk about pleasure, and we definitely have in the last few messages, there's one thing that really comes to mind through the lens of God. See, we often forget the most important thing about the way we think. And the scripture says it. Whenever it points if something is good or bad, what does it say? They did evil in the sight of who? In the sight of the Lord. According to the way He sees things, they did evil. They didn't do evil in their own mind, in their own sight. Right? The last message I did about pregnancy, sowing your seed for the purpose of raising children. So pleasure, what is pleasure? Pleasure is an accommodation. Pleasure is something that goes along with the purpose. Pleasure is never the purpose. Anything that God, the Creator, does is for purpose. Nothing is just to feel good. You're gonna feel good doing it, some of it. Some of it's gonna make you feel bad. Some of you is gonna hurt. But the pleasure itself is a byproduct of doing something of purpose. For instance, food. Why do we eat? Nutrition. Why do we cook a good meal? Because we enjoy it, it gives us pleasure. But we don't eat just for the pleasure, except some of you do. We eat for purpose, and the pleasure comes with the purpose. Well, we gotta eat, so we cook a wonderful meal together to enjoy it. Some people cook plain food and they're fine, they're still alive. Doesn't have to be so flavorful and satisfying. Food will do. White rice and beans. But when you only eat for pleasure, not for survival, not for purpose, well, that's when you end up with, you know what? America, the most obese nation on earth. Bonbons, ice cream, fast food. You know the drill. You don't eat because you're hungry. You eat because pleasure. You get high on your drugs and you seek even more pleasure. Sensations. Feel good. A whole culture surrounding feel good. No longer about purpose. So you forgot your purpose for your genital, which is to procreate and raise up offspring for the Lord. That's what the scripture says quite clearly and plainly, but you're born enemies of God and you don't want to see things the way God sees things because you want what you want and you are rebellious. And that's the truth. Now, I know many of you don't want to accept that because you want what you want and you don't want to admit that you are rebellious, but you are, especially if you're resisting this correction from the Lord, that the purpose of sexual relations is for procreation, not for pleasure. Now, the pleasure, again, is the byproduct. It comes alongside the purpose, but it's not the main goal. Many of the things we do, we get pleasure from doing them. We're walking in the yard, we're planting trees, we're doing all kind of stuff. It's wonderful. But that should never be the purpose. So why don't you evaluate your life if you actually have a sincerity in your faith and you actually want to be purposeful about serving the Lord and doing what's just and right according to His sight. Evaluate your day-to-day. What do I do for purpose and what do I do for pleasure? Now, given we are still fallen and even the Lord does not expect you to cold turkey on everything because that would be impossible. But gradually, just like an onion, layer by layer, He's peeling them away. So why don't you pray about it and ask the Lord, what should I give up today? What pleasure can I do without? Or, better yet, how can I serve the purpose and be purpose-minded rather than pleasure? And if I get pleasure, wonderful, but I'm not gonna make the pleasure my goal. I'm not gonna seek feel good. I'm not gonna seek emotions. If I feel good, wonderful, but that's not my goal. See, there are people that need to take cannabis because they have all kinds of ailments, physical conditions, and they need it. It helps with cancer, it helps with all kind of stuff. The problem is that people abuse it for pleasure. You're not sick, you don't have cancer, you don't have glycemia and all these other things, you're not mentally ill, you just want to get high. And when you get high, what do? More pleasure. I want to eat now. I want ice cream and bamba and bonbons and pizza and burgers. That's what drug addicts do. Alcohol has a purpose. It's good for sanitation. It's good for, minor, infections. It's good for all kind of stuff. But when you abuse it, and it's no longer about the purpose, it's about the pleasure. Even opiums have purpose. But you don't use it for the purpose. You use it for the pleasure. So remember, seek purpose, not pleasure.